In the glittering underbelly of Los Angeles, where fame was both currency and curse, pop sensation Lila lived like a bird in a gilded cage. At 26, she had sold out stadiums, diamond records, and a stalker who had escalated from love letters to death threats scrawled in red ink. After the third gift left on her tour bus, a dead rose wrapped around a photo of her sleeping, her management finally insisted on round-the-clock protection. Enter Rowan Kaine. Rowan carried a calm, lethal presence. She spoke in short, low sentences, moved like she expected every shadow to contain a knife, and carried herself with the calm certainty of someone who had already stared down worse things than a screaming fan with a grudge. She had spent 8 years in private security, first for diplomats, then for celebrities who burned through bodyguards like matches. Lila was just another name on the roster, or so Rowan told herself. Their first meeting was in the penthouse of the Chateau Marmont. Lila stood barefoot in an oversized tour hoodie, hair in a messy bun, arms crossed tightly over her chest. "You're the one they sent?" Lila asked, eyeing Rowan's severe black attire. "You look like you're about to raid a bank, not escort me to a radio interview." Rowan didn't smile. "I look like someone who can keep you alive. That's the job." Lila rolled her eyes. "Great, a robot with a gun. This is going to be fun." The tension started immediately. Lila was used to people who fawned, laughed at her jokes, asked for selfies. Rowan did none of those things. She scanned rooms before Lila entered them, spoke into her earpiece in clipped code, and kept a respectful 3-foot distance at all times. When Lila tried to tease her, "Do you ever smile, or is that against the contract?" Rowan only answered, "Smiling makes it harder to see threats in your peripheral." Lila hated how competent Rowan was, hated how safe she felt when Rowan's broad back blocked the exit of a crowded after-party. Hated most of all how her pulse jumped when Rowan's hand brushed her elbow to guide her through a paparazzi swarm, steady and warm. Weeks passed. The stalker remained elusive. Security footage showed only gloved hands, hooded figures, never a clear face. Rowan worked 16-hour days, sleeping in the guest room of Lila's Malibu house, always within shouting distance. Lila began noticing small things. The way Rowan drank black coffee like it was oxygen, the faint scar that curved under her left eyebrow, the quiet way she hummed old rock songs when she thought no one was listening. One night, after a sold-out show at the Hollywood Bowl, the threat turned physical. They were leaving through the underground parking garage when the lights flickered out. A figure lunged from between 2 SUVs, knife flashing. Rowan moved faster than Lila could process. She shoved Lila behind her, took the blade on her forearm instead of letting it reach her throat, and in one brutal motion disarmed the attacker and slammed him to the concrete. The knife clattered away. Security swarmed in seconds later. Blood dripped steadily from Rowan's arm onto the pavement. Lila stared, heart hammering. "You're bleeding." "It's shallow," Rowan said, voice steady even as her jaw clenched. "Get in the car." But Lila didn't move. She grabbed Rowan's uninjured wrist, fingers trembling. "You didn't have to do that." Rowan looked at her, really looked for the first time. "Yes, I did." In the ER, while Rowan got stitches, Lila sat beside her on the narrow bed, knees pulled up, still in her sequined stage dress. The fluorescent lights made everything feel too bright, too real. "You could have been killed," Lila whispered. "I wasn't." "But you could have been." Lila's voice cracked. "For me, a stranger who's been nothing but difficult since day one." Rowan turned her head, dark eyes soft for once. "You're not a stranger anymore." Silence stretched between them. The antiseptic smell, the beeping monitors, the low hum of the hospital, it all faded. Lila reached out, hesitantly, and brushed her fingertips over the fresh bandage on Rowan's forearm. "I don't want you to get hurt because of me." "Then stop running off without telling me where you're going," Rowan said, half a smile tugging at her mouth. "That would help." Lila laughed, shakily. Then, before she could overthink it, she leaned in and pressed her lips to Rowan's cheek, just a soft, grateful brush. Rowan went still. When Lila pulled back, their eyes locked. "I'm sorry, I shouldn't." Rowan's good hand came up slowly, cupping the side of Lila's face. Her thumb traced the edge of Lila's lower lip. "Don't apologize. Just "Don't do it again unless you mean it." Lila's breath hitched. "I mean it." The kiss that followed was careful at first, tentative, like neither of them trusted the moment to last. Then Rowan's hand slid to the back of Lila's neck, pulling her closer, and the kiss turned hungry, desperate, all the weeks of tension pouring out. When they finally broke apart, both breathing hard, Rowan rested her forehead against Lila's. "This complicates the job," Lila murmured against her mouth. "Good." The stalker was caught 2 weeks later, someone from the lighting crew who'd been obsessed with Lila since her first tour. With the threat gone, Rowan's contract technically ended, but when the agency asked if she wanted reassignment, she declined. Instead, she stayed. Not as a bodyguard anymore, but as something else entirely. Someone who still scanned rooms out of habit, who still stood between Lila and crowds, but who also held Lila's hand under restaurant cables, kissed her temple when she was exhausted after a show, and finally smiled when Lila teased her about her terrible taste in breakfast cereal. The tabloids called it Lila Mystery Woman. The fans screamed when they spotted Rowan's familiar silhouette backstage, and Lila, for the first time in years, felt like she could breathe. Because the safest place she'd ever been wasn't behind a locked door or a wall of security, it was in Rowan's arms.